From that time on, he looked for an opportunity to hand him over. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Father.
This gospel passage can be studied for hours on end. Okay? So I'm going to just stay with one point. Have you ever looked for an opportunity to betray someone? Have you ever done that? And Monday I spoke about the price. Everybody has a price. You can be bought. And we are being bought during this time of election, aren't we? Politicians come up there and say, and they are trying to buy us. So everybody has a price. And we ask ourselves this question, as you heard about many things this Friday, one of our priests, theologian, will be crucified by the ISIS. And last night I was with the cardinal, and he said, he asked the whole church, the whole archdiocese, to pray for the persecuted brothers and sisters, okay, in the Middle East. And saw the missionary charities, the Mother Teresa sisters also, they are persecuted. So we ask ourselves the question, why do people attack us? Why do people attack us? Why do people want to do harm to us? There are only two reasons. Either you are very good or you are very bad. So which one are we? Very bad or very good? And you are evil, so they attack you, they kill you. Or you're very good like Jesus. Have you ever seen that kind of people, those kind of people in your family? They do everything good, and people just take advantage of them again and again. They are punching back. I have seen, wives, they call, oh, Father, I have this wonderful husband, I just punch him all the time, and he just, so why he looked for the opportunity to betray or to hand him over? Of course, this happens after the incident or the what happened in Bethany. Remember, Mary bought a liter of perfume. It cost like $52,000 if we calculate this, the money, the value of money. And Judas told her, well, this should be, sold, and it could be the wage for the whole year. And so give it to the poor. And Jesus corrected him right there and then. And so now what did he do? Did Jesus offend Judas? We could say that Judas was a greedy man and sin is avarice. We couldn't say that because Jesus did something that he hated. No, there's something deeper. Well, why do people hurt us? Well, we have to go inside ourselves and start to look outside and look at things and people. There are three ways to look at people according to Pope Francis. You look at things. First, you look at things as an object to be consumed. Like fuel and food. You see things and you see that's something I can consume as fuel or food. Secondly, you can look at things or people. You look at people as things you can use or abuse. Okay, now Jesus is a good opportunity to be used. Now he's a punching bag. You look at him. He did not do anything wrong. Everything he did, just wonderful. And even as the entrance, when he entered the city of Jerusalem, he chose the donkey, not the horse, the donkey, the King of Peace. And so people came to him, and he was so good. So he's an opportunity to be used. We can say that Judas took that opportunity and sold him. He sold him for 30 pieces of silver. If you go to Jerusalem, to Israel, it's a shekel silver. And if you calculate the value is about 5 pounds, sterling. And 5 pounds is about almost like $8 over here.
Oh my.
Right now. Now, money, yes, but more than that, he won an opportunity. Maybe to be noticed as something. We do not know. But we have to ask ourselves, when we hurt somebody, we betray somebody, do we look at that person as a thing, an object, to be consumed, to be used or abused? Or as Pope Francis said, Sometimes we have to be practical. We have to be practical and plan everything and do everything. But sometimes we have to take time to look at people and things as beauty. Things as beauty. When you can look at a person or thing as beauty itself, beauty, and what are you going to do? You're going to cherish that person, cherish that thing. This is nothing. You see this one? People threw it away in Rome, this rosary. And I picked them up, trash for somebody, treasure for me. Really? They threw it away, and I discovered this rosary. I don't know why, but they threw it away, and I picked up, and the crucifix, there is a relic, the bones of Saint Francis Caprini. They threw it away. For some, it's just object to throw away. But for me, it's beautiful. You can use it, okay, of course, you can use the object. But when you see it as beauty, and then what's going to happen? You venerate, you cherish, and you keep it. You have mementos, all those things you keep in your drawers. Those could be trash, but why each of those things has a memory, a history? Why do you keep it? For other people, it's just trash. You go back to your house and you see those things because we see them as value, as beauty. So when we look at the gospel today, why did Judas betray Jesus? Did he look at Jesus something to be used and abused? Of course, to make benefits, bring benefits in. But what do we do when we come to sins, okay? And especially our own sins. Why do we sin? When we sin, we have to hurt somebody. And the first person we hurt is us, ourselves. Isn't it true? And when we sin, of course, we look at ourselves as something to be used or something to be consumed. Isn't it? Why there's a sign, like double heart, and people put it on the toy of children or the bag. They are selling little kids. They spot like 2-3 years old girl, and they put that sign or that symbol on, and they can sell. They kidnap that kid and sell as a person, a human being, as something to be used. When we sin, we do that, even to ourselves. And then Monday I spoke about, we look at porn, man, we look at that, we abuse ourselves first. Now, how does Jesus deal with sins? There are two ways, normal way as a parent or a teacher, if you see something wrong, you confront it and you punishment. But for adults, Jesus did something else. The way he confronted sins or sinners is, first, he exposed the consequences, so he shocks us. So we can see the consequences, how it hurt us and it does harm to other people. So he said, one of you will betray me. It was shocking. Everybody is I? Who? So expose the consequence. We need to expose, like abortion, we have to expose it. Expose it so people see. We have to do that now in a very, very, very good way. We're a kind way. We're not going to condemn anybody. We expose the consequences. You see, smoking also, we expose it and people see. People still do it. Now, the second thing you do is this. You expose the consequence, like Jesus told everybody, okay, somebody will betray me. And who is it, Lord? And he said this. The second thing is this. He confronted them in person. Whatever you do, you're going to do it to me. So, if you can look at the person in the eyes, and you notice and you acknowledge that is a human being, can you do that to a human person? So expose the consequence of sins and expose himself. Look at me. If you do that, you do it to me. And you don't feed the poor, the hungry, you don't give drinks to the thirsty, you don't clothe the naked, you don't do it to me. That's the thing. When you teach our children, as teacher or parents, when you do that, you hurt your brothers, sisters, you do it to me, right? But still, those are the two things. Still, Judas did it. On purpose. On purpose. Either he has to have a lot of benefits or he has to hate the Lord. We can do that too. Now, Jesus continues to expose himself to us and expose sins. We say that God does not forget. Forget it. He does. If he does not forget, then why we keep the crucifix here day and day, all day in all the church? He exposes sins. Remember? That's what sin does to me. And look at me in the face. Can you do this to me? Well, we still do it. But perhaps we are not exposed to the reality of that. So he does something else. Every day you come here and you receive him. Once again, now you see me exposing sins up there, but you see me exposing my heart to you. People attack you, either you're too good or you're too bad. Now, he's giving himself. The price we sell the Lord or sell our conscience, we know. Maybe just a peek. If we sell our conscience, look at dirty pictures. Or just a word, we sell our conscience, just a word, a nasty word. But the price the Lord pays for our soul and for our sins, it's himself. Every time we receive Holy Communion, that is Jesus' price. He paid for us. Know that. And appreciate, be grateful and thankful. Lord Jesus, this is your price. You pay for me with yourself. And look at that and look at ourselves and see how we sin, see how Jesus is merciful to us.